The amazing thing is that when you work on the root cause instead of the superficial symptom, the problem starts losing its grip on you. So today I'd like to talk about a topic that I feel is so important in my life, and maybe it's something that you see in yours as well, which is addressing the root cause instead of just addressing the symptoms when dealing with our problems. We all have habits we want to break. Maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's smoking, maybe it's wasting time. But have you ever noticed how stopping a habit by force rarely work long term? That's probably because these habits aren't the real problems. They're just symptoms. If we only try to stop the action, we don't fix the reason behind it. Imagine someone who drinks every night to relax. If they force themselves to stop drinking but don't address their stress, they will just find another way to escape. Maybe binge watching, overeating, or something else. Or take another example, someone who spends hours on their phone scrolling social media and feeling guilty afterwards. If they just try stop using their phone but don't analyze the deeper reason, maybe it's the inability of being in contact with themselves, maybe it's loneliness, maybe it's something else, then they will just find another distraction. So instead of just trying to eliminate the symptoms, we should probably ask ourselves the right questions. So instead of telling ourselves, I should stop drinking, why don't we ask, why do I feel the need to escape in the first place? Or what if instead of forcing ourselves to stop waste time, we investigate what makes us seek distraction? The key to real change is understanding the root cause, whether it's stress, loneliness, insecurity, or lack of purpose. So we can shift our focus from fighting the habit to solving the real issue. This pattern of focusing on the surface problem instead of the deeper cause doesn't just apply to our personal habits. It also happens when we deal with external problems, especially when we feel frustrated or upset about something outside of us. For example, we might find ourselves extremely annoyed by a certain person, the way they act, their personality, the way they behave with us. We start obsessing on how much we wish they weren't in our life or that we weren't in that situation. But what is really happening? Our mind is solely focused on removing the external issue, instead of recognizing that the real issue might be how we react and what patterns our mind is reinforcing. Maybe this situation is just making us familiarize more with intolerance, frustration, and annoyance. And we don't see that even if we succeed in solving the problem and removing ourselves from that situation, the real issue hasn't been fixed at all. Eventually, we will encounter a similar problem again. Another person that annoys us, another situation that triggers our frustration. But because we never worked on our own reaction, it might actually get worse over time. Whenever we act that way, we deepen that pattern in our mind, making it easier to become frustrated or irritated in the future in similar situations. So the real question we should ask ourselves is, am I only working to remove the symptom, or am I addressing the real cause that makes me feel that way? If I remove that external situation, would my mind just become free, or will I end up in the same situation in the future? So the next time we catch ourselves struggling with a habit we would like to change, maybe we can ask, what is really driving this? Or the next time we find ourselves obsessing on an external problem, maybe we can pause and ask, what am I actually reinforcing in my mind right now? The amazing thing is that when you work on the root cause instead of the superficial symptom, the problem starts losing its grip on you. So guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. Now we'll get changed and I will see you outside.